Good evening, Powdersville Elementary School students. Mr. Moore here with another bedtime story just for you. It is Monday, March the 30th, and I want you guys to know that we, as always, are so impressed with your hard work and proud of your effort. It's not easy to do what we're all involved in right now, which is this e-learning and extended e-learning that's been going on now for a couple of weeks. And you guys are embracing the challenge, and we are so proud of you for showing off your Powdersville pride in your work. So I just want to encourage you, keep up the good work, continue to learn, continue to better yourself, but keep that positive attitude and that momentum. We're 4 days away from spring break. I know you're excited about that well-deserved break. We are too. So let's finish strong this week and do our very best until spring break. With that, I want you to notice a couple of things. One is Mr. Moore is wearing jeans and a sweatshirt, which is a rarity here in this building. So I am enjoying that at least. And then my background here, I've switched it on you. It's kind of a beachy island theme because that's my happy place. And so I thought I would share that with you. And so I hope you enjoy our read aloud. It's Saturdays and Teacakes by Lester Lemonak. It is a favorite, and I think you'll see why as we share it with you this evening for our bedtime story. Saturdays and Teacakes. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I couldn't wait for Saturdays. Every Saturday, I got up early, dressed, and rolled my bicycle out of the garage. Every Saturday, I coasted down our long, steep drive, slowing only enough to make the turn onto Thompson Street, then left onto Bell's Mill Road. Pedal, 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 past Mrs. Cofield's house. Pedal, pedal, pedal around the horse pasture and up the hill past the cemetery where my grandfather was buried. Pedal, 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 past Mrs. Grace Owen's house and on up to Chandlers, Phillips 66. Every Saturday, I coasted over the black hose by the gas pumps just to make the bell ring. Then I dropped my kickstand and kicked the air in my tires. I stopped at Chandler's for another reason, too. That's where I crossed the highway that ran right through the center of our town. My mother always said, "You stop and you look both ways when you get to Chandler's. I don't care if the light is green. I'll hear about it if you don't." And I knew she would, too. In our little town, everyone knew everybody and told everything to anyone who would listen. So I always looked both ways. Pedal, pedal, pedal across Ross Street, then a left for a slow coast down behind the bank of Heflin, where I turned right onto Bedwell, and whoosh, I zoomed downhill as fast as I dared. Pedal, pedal, pedal! Up the hill, next hill, and left onto Almond Street. It was a long stretch to Mr. White's. I always stopped there to catch my breath in the shade of the old oak tree. One more small hill, pedal, 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 and then a right onto Gaither Street. Now I could see my grandmother's drive. One, two, three, 4 driveways, and one last turn to the left. This was where my tires gave up their humming on pavement and began the crunching of gravel. Just before reaching Mama's back porch, I slammed on my brakes, sending a shower of tiny pebbles into her flowers. Every Saturday, Mama was there, sitting on her old metal glider, crick, crack, sipping a cup of red diamond coffee and waiting. She was waiting for me. No one else, just me. Every Saturday, Mama called out, "Come on into this house. Let's have us a bite to eat." In Mama's big kitchen, sunlight poured through the windows like a waterfall and spilled over the countertops, pooling up on the checkerboard floor. Every Saturday, she had a hot biscuit, sweet butter, and Golden Eagle syrup waiting on the kitchen table. Every Saturday, she poured a little coffee in my cup and filled the rest with milk and 2 spoonfuls of sugar. Then, before long, Mama said, "We best clear these dishes away and get at that yard before it gets too hot." I followed her out to the back porch. "Let me put a little water on those ferns," she said. "You go on ahead to the car house." That's what Mama called the garage. "I'll be out directly." By the time I pulled the old lawnmower from the garage, Mama was already in the garden picking plump, ripe tomatoes for our lunch. Every Saturday, I pulled the starter rope again and again while the mower sputtered and spit. Finally, that old mower started, and I struggled to push it through the duet grass, leaving row after row of fresh stripes on the lawn. From time to time, the mower choked on mouthfuls of wet grass that clung to the blades and to my bare legs. But by early afternoon, the dew pearls were gone, the grass was mowed and dry, and I was soaked with sweat. Every Saturday, I pushed the mower back into the garage, trudged to the back porch, and flopped onto that old glider. Crick, crack, crick, crack. Mama soon appeared with a tall glass of sweet iced tea. "You just cool off and rest a spell. I'm going to make us a bite to eat." Before long, she came back with 2 big tomato sandwiches on hamburger buns. Every Saturday, I gobbled mine down like a hungry dog, but she nibbled at hers like a bird. "Now, them's some good tomatoes," she said. "I know how you like a good tomato sandwich. Don't they taste a whole heap better when you've just picked 'em?" We sat there a while listening to the calls of blue jays and the rhythm of that old glider. Then Mama looked at me sort of sideways and said, "I reckon I know a boy who'd like something sweet to eat." And I grinned. "Yes, ma'am, I reckon you do." "Come on then," Mama said, heading toward the door. "Let's get in this kitchen and see if we can't make us a mess." Every Saturday, she spread a cloth over the red countertop and scattered a fistful of flour across it, sending a cloud into the air. Then she set out a big bowl. Mama dipped a china teacup into her canister of flour, scooped out a cupful, and skimmed over the top with her finger. Then she dumped the flour into the bowl and added sugar from her black cookie jar. She let the mixture drift through her hands like I sifted sand at the beach. When it felt right, Mama said, "Look in the Frigidaire," that's what she called the refrigerator, "and find me 2 sticks of blue bonnet." I pulled open the refrigerator and got out the margarine. I unwrapped the sticks and dropped them into the bowl. I mixed and mashed and mixed and mashed until the ingredients disappeared into a paste. It was smooth and pale yellow and smelled like fresh cotton candy at the county fair. Mama pinched off a little to taste. "I expect we need a bit more sugar in this." She sprinkled sugar until the dough tasted just the way she thought it ought to. "Now, get me 3 eggs," she said. I tapped the first egg too hard, making it splatter onto the counter and down the outside of the bowl. "I reckon we can call that half an egg," Mama said. "Here, let me show you how to do it. Just tap 'em easy like and pull the shell apart over the bowl, like this. Now, you do the next one." It was hard work blending those eggs into the mix with a long wooden spoon. Mama pinched another taste. "My goodness, buddy, we didn't put no vanilla in here. Reach up in that cabinet and get me down the bottle of vanilla flavor." When the dough tasted just right, Mama rolled it out on the floor on the flour-dusted cloth. Then I cut out the tea cakes with the rim of an old tin can. We carefully lifted the circles onto a cookie sheet and put them in the oven to bake 375 degrees for 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes seem to last forever. Are they ready, Mama? Not yet, buddy. Are they ready now, Mama? Not yet, buddy. Let's give them a little longer. Are they ready yet, Mama? I reckon they might be. She opened the oven door, and the kitchen filled with a smell sweeter than summer gardenias, the smell of tea cakes. Every Saturday, I reached for one still steaming on the baking sheet. You better wait, buddy. They're going to be mighty hot just yet. We waited until the tea cakes were cool enough to lift from the baking sheet, then we set them off on a plate. Every Saturday I ate one, and then another, and I looked at Mama. Is that all you want, buddy? You be sure to eat all you want. We made them tea cakes just for you. When I had eaten all I could, she set a few off on a saucer for herself and put the rest on a big sheet of aluminum foil. She folded the edges into a little handle at the top. Now you put these out there in your bicycle basket so you won't forget them. Every Saturday, as I pedaled over the gravel again and out Mama's drive, I glanced back over my shoulder. Every Saturday, Mama was there, sitting on her old metal glider and waving. She was waving to me. No one else, just me. Don't worry, Mama. I won't ever forget. Students, that brings back some precious memories for me and my grandparents, and just memories that I will never forget. I hope you have some favorite things and memories that you're making now with your family during this time together. And so, listen, if you're going to make something sweet to eat, you certainly can drop some by to Mr. Moore. If you don't want to come in the front office, just call me and I'll come out and get it. But seriously, folks, enjoy this time with your family and make those memories and make the best of it. Hope you've enjoyed our Read Aloud this evening. Good night, everybody.